How do I know if I have ADHD or anxiety?
So there's a lot of overlap between ADHD and anxiety. ADHD typically is a life course persistent disorder, meaning you're going to have symptoms from childhood all the way through adulthood. You might not, as we call it, meet full criteria for the disorder throughout your lifespan, but it's going to have an effect. Anxiety tends to be a little bit more short term and isolated. So when somebody has anxiety, they don't necessarily have that same level of anxiety throughout their life. One of the things that helps us figure out if it's ADHD or anxiety is figuring out what's driving the behavior. So people with ADHD and people with anxiety might both experience trouble initiating tasks at work or at school. The difference is for somebody with ADHD, the problem typically is getting started because the task feels so big that they can't break it up into reasonable pieces. So when you look at something that's huge and you don't know where to start, you experience what we sometimes call ADHD paralysis. With anxiety, it's usually driven by a concern that you're not going to do a good enough job, something's going to go wrong, somebody's not going to like what you're putting out. So you put off doing something because you're afraid of reactions or you're afraid of what the outcome might be.
Awesome. That's really helpful.